This is bad. But not for Bama. Castellanos messed with Bama, will he pay dearly for it? Let's analyze this news, but first, subscribe to the channel for more news. Thomas Castellanos' confidence in his ability to face Alabama may be admirable, but the quarterback's early evaluations at Florida State University's training camp suggest that perhaps the confidence is misplaced. The inconsistency reported by sources close to the program not only raises concerns about his individual performance, but also about how it could directly impact the Seminoles' fate in their opener against one of the most established powers in American college football. And that could be bad for him and his team, and good for Bama. Castellanos arrived at FSU with an impressive resume: 2,248 passing yards and 1,113 rushing yards in his starting season at Boston College, in addition to a total of 28 touchdowns. These numbers caught the attention of many, including head coach Mike Norvell, who placed his faith in him to lead a largely revamped squad in Tallahassee. However, transfers and program changes often come with significant challenges, especially when it comes to adapting to a new system and new teammates. And it appears Castellanos is experiencing these difficulties sooner than expected. Reports from CBS Sports' Brandon Marcello indicate that the quarterback has been incredibly inconsistent during the first preseason practices. He's absorbing sacks more frequently than ideal, something that can be attributed both to a lack of chemistry with his new teammates and to a lack of effective reading of opposing defenses. While it's important to remember that practices aren't yet being played under real game conditions, these warning signs cannot be ignored, especially considering the level of competition he'll face in his debut against Alabama. The problem goes beyond technical adaptation. Castellanos, by taking a bold stance before the matchup with the Crimson Tide, placed enormous pressure on himself. His provocative comments such as "they don't have Nick Saban to save them" and "I just don't see them stopping me" were widely reported and generated high expectations. Now, any performance below par will be seen as a personal failure and validation of the criticism that has already begun to surface within and outside the program. Pre-game arrogance can be costly, especially when it's not backed up by concrete results. For Alabama, this situation is practically a gift. The Crimson Tide, even without Nick Saban at the helm, remains a machine with Kalen DeBoer and with Ty Simpson now taking over as starting quarterback. Alabama's defense, known for its ferocity and discipline, will likely see Castellanos as an opportunity to assert its authority from the opening minutes of the game. If the FSU quarterback continues to demonstrate the same reported inconsistency in practice, he could quickly become the target of an aggressive and relentless defense that will not hesitate to exploit every exposed weakness. Furthermore, the external pressure created by Castellanos' own comments adds another dangerous element. He's not just facing one of the best defenses in the country, he's dealing with the consequences of his public words. Alabama players are known for their competitive mindset and for turning taunts into extra motivation. It's hard to imagine they won't use Castellanos' statements as fuel to dominate the game. Every mistake, incomplete pass, or lost yardage will be amplified, both on the field and in the post-game narrative. Another worrying factor for Castellanos is the lack of time to build a solid connection with his new teammates. FSU is in a rebuilding period after a disappointing 2-10 season, and the turnover of key players on the roster means there's little familiarity among the players. This is particularly problematic for a quarterback, whose success largely depends on synergy with his receivers and offensive line. Gus Malzahn, the new offensive coordinator, certainly has ambitious plans for the offense, but implementing those ideas in such a short time with a group still developing is a monumental challenge. The reality is that, while Castellanos dreams of great moments, he may be about to learn a hard lesson. Alabama isn't just another team on the schedule, it's a college football giant with a culture of excellence rooted in decades of success. Another guy to land at Bama in the future? With each passing season, Gunnar Rivers establishes himself as one of the biggest names in high school football and, without a doubt, a promising prospect for the future. The son of Philip Rivers, former NFL quarterback and current head coach at St. Michael's Catholic, Gunnar carries not only the weight of an iconic surname but also the responsibility of honoring a family tradition in the sport. And by all indications, he's more than up to the task. Entering his third season as a starter for the Cardinals, the young junior quarterback has shown above-average maturity and talent, attracting the attention of some of the country's top college programs. Gunnar's recent visits to major college teams have been closely monitored by experts and fans alike. Among his stops so far are heavyweights like Alabama, Auburn, Texas, and North Carolina State. These meetings make it clear that the player is carefully evaluating his options, not compromising his future with rash decisions. Philip Rivers himself, speaking to Touchdown Alabama, stated that his son still has all the doors open. This cautious stance is understandable. After all, we're talking about a crucial decision in any athlete's career, especially when it comes to a talent like Gunnar's. And here it's impossible not to highlight the interest of Alabama, a program that has been consolidating itself as an absolute powerhouse in college football for years. With Kalen DeBoer, the Crimson Tide continue to attract elite players, and Gunnar would certainly be a key player in maintaining this dominance. DeBoer's presence, in fact, adds an extra layer to the story. We know the coach has a keen eye for identifying talent and molding them within his offensive philosophy, something that could be perfect for Gunnar, given his versatile and intelligent playing style. When we analyze Gunnar's numbers from last season, it's clear why so many eyes are on him. With 3,947 passing yards and 36 touchdowns, he demonstrated not only physical ability but also an impressive IQ for the game. He reads defenses with precision, adjusts his decisions quickly, and has an innate ability to find space where many other quarterbacks simply miss it. This combination of strength, speed, and tactical intelligence places him in a privileged position among the 2027 prospects. But what makes Gunnar so special goes beyond statistics. It's the way he leads his team on the field, the calmness with which he handles pressure, and the evident passion he dedicates to the sport. It's no surprise that he's already accumulated offers from giants like Georgia, Miami, and, of course, Alabama. Each of these universities offers something unique, but there's something almost magical about the idea of seeing Gunnar in the red uniform of the Crimson Tide. Imagining this young quarterback, molded by Philip Rivers' legacy, integrating into Kalen DeBoer's system and leading Alabama in thrilling games against traditional rivals like LSU or Georgia is something that certainly excites any Alabama fan. Gunnar still has a long way to go before making a final decision. His next scheduled visits include North Carolina State, Auburn, and Alabama again, as he revealed to reporters in July. This process reflects the player's mindset well, thoughtful, methodical, and focused on finding the ideal environment to develop his full potential. Regardless of Gunnar's chosen destination, one thing is certain: he's destined to make history in American football. Perhaps at Alabama? We'll wait and see. But leave your comment, it's important.